Hello everybody, Thrash Bandicoot here, live from my very first ever sports show. These next videos will be me doing the 32 days of the NFL. And I'm going to kick off the 32 days of the NFL by going from the bottom, going to the top. What am I starting at the bottom? Well, I'm going to take a look at every single NFL team based off of 2013 standings, and basically discuss how each team, how they did last year, and also what I felt that they could have done better last year. And that's also my and also how I think they might do this year based off of their new draft picks. To start this all off, we're going to start with the Houston Texans. Last year, the Texans went 2-14, finished at the bottom of the AFC South, and the league as a whole. The Texans were horrible. Last year, they scored 276 points, 31st of 32 in the NFL. They allowed 428 points last year, which is a differential of negative 152 points, and their expected win-loss ratio was that they were supposed to improve upon their 12-4 record from the 2012 season. With Wade Phillips became the interim coach after Gary Kubiak had the heart attack. We all know that. Kubiak was 2-11 and Phillips was 3-0. I mean 0-3, not 3-0, sorry. 0-3. And so basically, we're going to take a little look here. Originally, they started off 2-0. They beat the Chargers in San Diego, and they beat the Titans in front of their home crowd, and then it just went downhill from there. The team offense scored 276 points, 5,556 yards, and how can I say this? 19 touchdowns on the offense. They had 29 on the defense, 428 points in the defense. Obviously, the defense is where Houston needs to look. How do I think they're going to do next year? This upcoming season? I don't know. Kind of hard to say. It's like either they can have a very slightly improved season, or they will just fall apart and have an exact duplicate. However, I think with their draft picks, I think they drafted in certain areas. They got a new quarterback. They got Tom Savage from Pittsburgh. They used their first pick, the first overall pick in the draft. The Texans used that to get Jadeveon Clowney, give Watt some support on the defense. I really feel that they could have improved kind of on a lot of things, and right now I'm going to pull up their draft picks right here on the NFL.com site. They officially own 11 picks. Well, they got 11 picks in the draft. And let's just say that some of these picks I have kind of mixed emotions about. Because they got a quarterback. I'm not gonna lie, they got Savage. But I still think that if they went with Manziel, then I think they could have just been a lot. Then I think they would have been better off. But Savage wasn't a bad pick, and I think that, come on, NFL website, stop glitching out on me. I think that if they went with, I think it was kind of a good thing they got Klein, like I said, and he can sack, he can get through the O-line. Clowney has proven that. But I think the only downside is the way Clowney acts. If the Texans are really expecting Clowney to do what they want him to do, then they need to make sure he doesn't pull what he did in South Carolina and be all like, oh yeah, man, I'm not playing because I want to conserve my body. They better make sure he doesn't pull any of that crap. Xavier Suafilo from UCLA, an offensive guard. I think they kind of needed an O-line right there, so good pick by them there. CJ Fedorowicz, tight end, Iowa. If they need a successor to, I know his first name is Owen Daniels. If they need a successor to Owen Daniels, I think Fedorowicz, or however you pronounce his last name, I think is a good choice. Based off of the video I've seen of him. And they got Alfred Blue, the defensive end, later on in the draft. You know, their second round 3 pick, which was from the Steelers to the Browns to the Eagles, was Louis Nix from Notre Dame. It shocked me, Notre Dame, because it showed me that Notre Dame had so many good players last year. And Notre Dame and University of Florida are the 2 college teams that I hate with a burning passion. I really do. And overall, I think I would give the Texans a B- on their grade. I mean, they picked in areas they needed to be picked in. I mean, they needed an O-line. They needed offensive players. And, you know, come to think of it, they just need to get a whole new team. Get rid of all your players and start fresh from the ground up. Because when it comes to the quarterback situation, Schaub better shape up or ship out. In fact, I don't even think the Texans are even going to give Schaub a chance to shape up. They're just going to ship him out at the end of this year. I think, didn't they get rid of Case Keenum? I think they got rid of Keenum. Like I said, I'm not a Texans fan, so I'm not so sure what they did. I only follow my team, the Dolphins. But if I'm going to do the 32 days of the NFL, then I'm going to have to just roll with it. And once again, improvements or disimprovements on last year. Hard to say with the Texans. Really hard to say with the Texans. They might go 3-13 or 4-12. They might improve, but very, very subtly. It'll take them probably years to get back to 2012 winning condition, having at least maybe a logical shot at getting the wild card spot in the playoffs. It will take them a while, and I mean a while, for them to accomplish that. Anyway, I'm Thrash Bandicoot 01, here with day 1 of 32 days of the NFL. Have a good day, and stay metal, thrash, and mad. But if you're not a metalhead, whatever, I don't care.